I've been living in Bohol, Philippines for over 2 years now, and in this video I'm going to tell you why I chose to live on this specific island instead of anywhere else in the Philippines. But I do have to admit that beach life is not all coconuts and sunsets. There are negatives as well, which is why many people choose not to live here. So in this video I'll tell you about both positives and the negatives. I'll show you some of my favorite places around Bohol that you probably wouldn't know about as a tourist, and I'll also tell you why I'm leaving Bohol for now. It is 6:25 in the morning. Let's see how long it takes us to get to the beach. Morning sweeping going on here. Here on Panglao Bohol, you're never that far from a beach, so I'm gonna bring you to one that is the closest to where I live. So let me show you this real quick because I've never actually shown you this. When I first moved here to Bohol, this was not paved. This was a dirt road. This gas station did not exist. On the other side of this gas station, there's a 7-Eleven. That wasn't here when I moved in. So they're expanding and building a lot here in Bohol. It's growing fast. We're gonna go over here. And this also is a new gas station. So we've got 2 new gas stations right next to each other. Got a restaurant over here. And then later I'm gonna bring you down to the main tourist area, the heart of the tourist area, which is about 10 minutes straight ahead of me. But first, I'm gonna bring you to a resort that you might not know about. Oceanica Resort. This used to be called South Palms. Mambo dog. The reason they let you in this resort is because they have a restaurant and people come here to eat food, have drinks, so it's open to the public. You can get beach massages here. Obviously you've got food and drinks. There's a beach bar over here I'll show you. The highlight is over here. I'll show you that here in a second, but I'll give you a quick tour of the restaurant. I've never shown you this because I've always wanted to keep it a secret. But here's the restaurant area. There's a bar over there. You can get coffee. This is for guests, but I think you could even pay for it if you're an outside guest as well. Really nice pool. You got an area to sit out here, and then this is the beach bar. So you can come out here and watch the sunrise, and several nights a week they've got live music over here, which is really nice. 4 p.m. every day?
Yeah.
Okay, until what time?
Until 8 p.m.
Until 8? Okay, all right, salamat. All right, so it's every day. I was thinking it was just a few days a week, but let me show you the beach. But this is the real highlight over here. So this used to be open. I used to make videos over here, but they recently closed it off, as you can see, because the guests were complaining that non-guests were walking out in front of their rooms, because these are some of the rooms over there. I will admit I'm guilty of that, so no more fun for us. We have a baby learning to walk. Not a bad place to learn. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the secret has been revealed. Don't come ruin the beach, but this is Oceanica. But obviously, that's one of the reasons why you're gonna choose an island beach life instead of the city, is for the beach. But this is the best way to start the day. One of the reasons why I chose Bohol, it has good location. You're about a 2-hour ferry ride from Cebu City. You're about a 2-hour ferry ride from Siquijor, great island. Maybe 2.5-hour ferry ride from Dumaguete. But it is about 30 minutes to get up to the ferry port. From here, the airport, which is another reason I live here, is about a 5-minute ride from here. Extremely close, and I never hear planes, which is nice. But we don't have that many connections. You can do a direct flight to Manila, a direct flight to Davao, actually a direct flight to South Korea. But other than that, getting around the Philippines, this airport doesn't really help you that much. You usually have to have a connection in Manila, so it's not really ideal. Last time I flew to Siargao, I took the 2-hour ferry over to Cebu and then flew directly from Cebu to Siargao. So the airport's good to get to Manila or Davao, but other than that, around the Philippines, doesn't help you that much. That's Bohol Beach Club, really nice as well. I've never stayed there. And then you've got Dumaluan, which is more locals, and then past that you've got White Beach, all good spots. But I don't want to just stay here for the whole video, so I'm gonna head to the next spot. But before we leave, I'm gonna get an espresso just so I don't use their facilities for free. Mambo dog.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, you too.
You want to avail a breakfast buffet?
Actually, I was just going to do an espresso. Is that okay?
Espresso?
Yes, please.
Yes, you can order espresso.
Okay, all right. Just or actually a double espresso,
Double
please.
espresso, yes.
Thank you.
Have a seat, please.
Okay, thank you. Let's see how much an espresso is as well. And yes, I know I need a new hat. It's complicated. This is such a beautiful resort. It's really nice.
Espresso, sir?
Awesome. Salamat kayo. This was 320 pesos. That's the most expensive espresso in the Philippines. That's not a normal price for Bohol. Don't judge Bohol by that price. This is a very expensive place, I guess. I don't know, I've never stayed here. Thank you, thank you. On to the next spot. And this is the heart of town. I think I'm gonna come down here later and show you the main beach. But right now we're just getting breakfast. And I don't really know where I'm going. Actually, the American place has breakfast. Let's just go eat here. So you've got a Korean restaurant here, American right here. And they should have breakfast as well. Are they open? Hello, Mom Butag. Are you open?
Yes.
Open? Okay. This is the best American food around. So you can get burgers. I always get this bacon Western cheeseburger, 410 pesos. Everything from a chili dog to tuna sandwich to grilled cheese. American breakfast here is really good. It's 100% American. 320 for pancakes and eggs, bacon. I'll just do a Denver omelet, please.
One Denver omelet. Coffee?
Just a bottle of water, please. So the guy who runs this place is American, so all the food is 100% American. So if you're missing pancakes and bacon and eggs at American breakfast, you come here, it's exactly like we have it in the US. So shout out, mahalo. So that's one of the things about Bohol. If you go to certain islands, if you get so isolated away from the city, then you're not gonna have access to something like this if you missed your food from home. But then if you have the city, then you have the traffic. So you've got to balance it out, the best of both worlds. Mambo dog. Good morning.
Long time no see.
Long time no see, I know, it's been a while.
Yeah.
So I love this. I love collecting currencies from around the world. I had all my collections for 10 years. I had all of my currencies that I was collecting traveling around the world, and I got robbed in Colombia and lost all of my currencies that I'd been collecting from all over the world, 40 something countries. Kind of devastating. But look at this, you put a pin in your home country when you come here, and this is actually a good representation of where the tourism is here in Bohol. A lot of Europe, look at that. that looks like an ice cream cone with sprinkles on it. The US, you're gonna put it in your state. This is me right here, actually. The blue one right there in Alabama. Not so much South America, not so much Africa. All that is South Korea. So see how many tourists come here from South Korea, and obviously Philippines. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Let's go see how Denver omelet is made here. Oh, okay.
First the ham, the bell pepper, and the onion.
You prefer Filipino breakfast?
Yeah.
Which one is your favorite Filipino breakfast?
Tocino, itlog, and rice.
Okay.
The sinalag rice.
I like the corn silog with the corned beef.
Ah, corned beef.
Yeah, corned beef, egg, rice. Yeah, that's my favorite Filipino breakfast. Salamat kayo. Thank you. That's another thing here. Why I live in Bohol. Boholanos are the nicest people.
Anything else here?
Salamat. I'm good. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we have our omelet. That is a 3-egg omelet. Ham, onions, peppers, everything you saw. Actually, I don't need the toast. Let's cut it open. Denver omelet. Uh-oh. That's really good. Now I'm gonna go home, start to edit this video, and then come back out and show you this beach here in a bit and tell you a bit more about why I live here and some negatives as well. I'm gonna get a takeaway espresso right here. This is some really good coffee right here, really good espresso. They put this up during the day, and then at night this turns into a parking lot for Bamboo. Across from BPI, next to McDonald's, that's easier. Good coffee. Salamat kayo, ayo. I'm doing. Ayo. This is 90 pesos right here. If you go to a lot of these other coffee shops, it's 120 pesos for a double espresso. And what I had for breakfast was, what was it, 380 pesos at the resort there? You want a shout out? Yeah. Come get your coffee here.
Yes, sir. What's your channel?
Travel Escapes. Travel Escapes. Yeah.
Maybe I know that.
Maybe. I've been here for 2 years making videos.
Is this yours?
Yeah, with the Ungoy. Yep.
Okay.
That's yeah, that one's Facebook and then also YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. What time do you open here?
7.
7?
7:30.
7:30? Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, I'm telling them to come here, get some coffee. It's really good. I've had it before.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right, salamat kayo. Thank you. Have a good one. Atipika. I'm headed back down to the beach. It is later. It is the future. It's, I think, 4:30 p.m. We'll catch the sunset on the beach, on the main popular beach here. But there's actually a decent amount of traffic around this time of day. It's not Manila level of traffic, but it's not empty. You can park for 25 pesos right over here to the left. That's where we're going. Yeah, rush hour. Salamat. Thank you. Let's go right here. Can I park here? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the most popular area. A lot of people come out here for sunset. But you've got all your shops right here, Jerry's, but your typical beach souvenirs, beach gear. I haven't been down here in a while. You see why I don't come here that often. It's just a lot of people. And if you live here and you know the beaches where you can go to have to yourself, then that's just where I go. But it's really hit or miss. Sometimes it's pretty dead, and then other times it's slammed. Depends on holidays. Because there's a direct flight from South Korea, there's a lot of Korean tourists that come here, so you've got Korean restaurants. You can get some great Korean food. It's actually quieter down there that way. There's a couple of places to eat. I don't really know what they're doing with this tractor here, but they're doing something. But wow, a lot of people out here today. But again, it's just sunset time, so there's always going to be more people out here at sunset. This is where you would come for nightlife. I don't really go out much, but this is where it starts. It usually starts down here at a Luna bar, and then they'll head up. Hello. Hi. And then it goes up there to Escape, and then back to Bamboo. How's it going? Como esta? You can get a tattoo. You can get a beach tattoo right here. A lot of restaurants, plenty of options to eat here. I'll show you some prices. We'll pick a spot to eat, but I just wanted to show you the beach. We'll go all the way down to the end. And they've got live music at some of these places as well. They've got live music there a little bit later. There's more action going on here than a lot of the other islands, but it's not gonna be as crowded, not nearly as crowded as something like Boracay or something like that. So if you don't want it, you can go live 10, 15 minutes away from here and then come in anytime that you do want the action. And that is the non-resort. I have one video at that resort, so I have made one more video here. But that's the end. You can't go any farther. We can go wander down this way. I don't like coming down here that much, but if you're with people, then it's a good spot. There's one. Ow! A song? What do you know? What can you sing?
Justin Bieber.
What can you sing? Justin Bieber? Which Justin Bieber song?
I know you love me. I'm naive girl. I saw it in my eyes.
He's got skills. Yeah, that's awesome. I'll give you a little tip for that. Here, how about? There you go. Very good work. Thank you so much. That was really good. You can sing really well. What's your name? John Mark? Okay, nice to meet you, John Mark. But when it comes to beach life or city life, you have certain people who would never live outside of their cities. They love the conveniences of BGC, for instance, because it has everything. It's got the good Wi-Fi, it doesn't have the power cuts, it's got everything that you need. It's got the coffee shops, probably a co-working space, the malls. For me, the lack of an airport is definitely one of the bigger problems here. I'd say two of the biggest problems for me, one is the lack of a major airport. That makes connecting much more difficult. Hold on, whoa. Hold on, I gotta show you this. This is a surfing dog over here. How awesome is that? He loves it. That is awesome. Look how many people are watching. He's got a full show. He's got an audience. He should start charging money for this. I would definitely go talk to him if he didn't have an audience of about 100 people waiting for the next one. I think it'd be a bit rude if I went over and started talking to him. Oh, whoop, there he goes again. Oh, he's done. Surfing dog's done. Yeah, so this is the sunset right now. You've got the same view if you go farther down this beach over to South Palms. It's on the same side, but beautiful sunset. You've got the pinks and the blues, and you know what a sunset looks like. But yeah, it's a good spot for it. I just met an American here, and he explained to me, he told me why it's probably so crowded. It's Holy Week right now. It's Good Friday right now. That's of course why it's so crowded. I couldn't figure it out this whole time why there's so many people here. We're doing a shout out here on the way out. Claude Guerra Artworks, right here, souvenirs. It's close to the Jerry's. Do you want to promote your shop?
No, of course I do.
Do you want to say something?
If you're looking for something, a very precious gift for your friends, for your loved ones, just come here in my shop, I give you a discount.
Tell her you came here from this video, and then you can get a discount. Salamat.
You're welcome, Opal.
You know what? Everybody calls me Opal. Good morning from tomorrow. This is my favorite spot. Vlogger? Yeah, I'm a vlogger. A lot of beach dogs. Hello from tomorrow. I brought you to another beach. This is my favorite beach, I would say. Away from all the tourists, about a 20-minute drive. So you come over here and it's just a bunch of locals hanging out, usually getting sea urchins in the morning. It's a perfect place for sunrise. It's 6:30 in the morning again, but I'm gonna go out of the wind up here so I can tell you probably the biggest negative, the biggest downside for me living here and why I'm leaving for a while. Everyone wants the perfect combination. You want access to the malls, the airport, but you also want nature when you're choosing where you want to live in the Philippines. Unfortunately, it's difficult to have the perfect combination. Usually you're going to make a sacrifice. And the biggest sacrifice probably for me living here or on Siquijor, Siargao, something like that, is the brownouts, the power cuts. This isn't complaining, this is just being honest. When you work online like I do, it's a problem when you're uploading videos and the power cuts out. We get about one a week here. Sometimes it's scheduled, sometimes it's not. They try to make it last about an hour, but sometimes it can be a few hours. Sometimes it's all day, but that's not very common on this island. If you're in Makati, BGC, Cebu City, you're in a lot of these major cities, that doesn't happen, I don't think. That's one of the reasons people choose to live in cities here in the Philippines is they don't have the power cuts. They've got access to the airport. You've got access to the larger malls, anything that you need, the hospitals. If you go to these smaller, more isolated islands, you're gonna probably have power cuts. You won't have the major airport or the major malls, things like that. So obviously it's a trade-off, but Bohol, you feel safe here. It's just a relaxed, calm, friendly environment. The locals here are amazing. It's got a little bit of a city. It's got a mall, but it's not a massive mall. So it's a little bit in between the major city and then the isolated islands. But if someone were to ask me, if someone were to have a week in the Philippines and they were to ask me where they should go, I probably wouldn't even put Bohol on the list. I'd probably tell them to go to El Nido, Siargao. I think there's two different things. I think they're the spots to vacation and then the spots to live. Bohol is a great vacation spot too, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying if you only have a week in the Philippines, you kind of have to see El Nido. You kind of have to see Siargao in my opinion. I didn't even mention the Chocolate Hills, which is what Bohol is known for, because you don't go there when you live here. It's a couple hours away by motorbike maybe. And everything I've shown you in this video is all Pang Lao. Anda, the drone shots I showed you at the beginning of the video, that's several hours away from here driving. Bohol is a very large island and all of the tourism is confined to this tiny spot near Alona Beach in Pang Lao. But I am leaving next week. I'm going home to visit family in the US, probably make some content in another country along the way. I'll probably just be gone 1 or 2 months and then come back here. This is not the goodbye video. I love living here, it's amazing. It does have its struggles, like I said, with the power cuts, things like that, but it's a small price to pay for living in such a beautiful, friendly island. I made this video showing room rates here in Bohol. Thank you for watching this one, and I will see you in the next one.